So, cooking live from the Danny G, Tony G's tea. Today, she has prawn cocktail and meatballs. A very hearty tea for the Tony G from the Danny G. I'm just sharpening my knife, ready to go. To be honest, it's needed sharpening for the last few times that I've been cooking. Very sharpened knife, watch. 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 That's sharp. Right, so the cooking for the Tony G from the Danny G. How are we all today, man? Now, I've washed my hands. Now, the ingredients for this is tomatoes, cucumber, lettuce, and prawns. Okay? I should have showed that to the screen, actually. What am I doing? I should have done that. I'm not allowed to show these ingredients to the screen because they don't like it. Right, Josh, how you doing, mate? Are you absolutely good? Tin of chopped tomatoes, you'll only be using half. Some kind of bolognese, meatball-y, tomatoey sauce of your choice. Meatballs. In fact, you know something, I'll go through them separately, right? So that you know what the ingredients are. So, for the prawns, right? These are fresh prawns. I think I'm going to have to clean them out. Yeah, Josh, they do. Yeah, I've been banned from live before for it, bro. Like, I've had one of my bands kicked for it because I showed the ingredients. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I have to be careful. I'm great. So, yeah, it's a shame I can't show you the actual ingredients, but you just have to take my word for what they are. I can show you, like, onions. I just can't show you anything in a package with a name on it. Do you know what I mean? So, but I'll show you the ingredients as I go through cooking them anyway. So, I've basically got Tesco's Finest beef and herb meatballs, right? I've got Tesco's Finest raw jumbo king prawns, right? I've got 2 onions. I've got baby butter mushrooms, garlic, ginger, fresh basil, peppers, orange and red, fresh tomatoes. I've got like a bolognese sauce, well, it's not a bolognese sauce, it's arrabbiata sauce, to be fair, and a tin of chopped tomatoes, right? With all this, we're now going to create a dish. Now, the spices that I'm going to use for this, I've got peppercorns, pink Himalayan salt, which I need some more because I'm nearly out, mixed spice, a little bit of harissa, paprika, jobs of fish. That's all we need for the whole dish, right? Now, we're going to get to chopping, right? So the first things first, I'm going to prepare the meatballs. The meatballs take the longest, right? So the meatballs, I'm going to rip in half, and I'm going to roll them into meatballs again. So I'm going to rip the meatballs in half to create 2 meatballs out of every meatball. So there's 12 meatballs here, right? There'll be 24 by the time I've done them. And then I'm going to coat them in some of this stuff, which I'll show you when I get round to doing it, all right? I don't need my knife right now. So first things first, let's get the meatballs meat done, right? Yeah, let's get the meat sorted. Right, so the meat first. Somebody actually asked me, do you know something? I'm going to make a point here. So somebody actually asked me, well, they put a comment earlier saying, why is it that I seem to be the one who always cooks? Yeah, it's a fair comment, right? I'm not the only one that cooks. Tony does cook, usually on a weekend when she's here. Yes, Joyce. Hello. I told you that garlic and I feel all right. Yes, Pac. Yes, Terrafirm. How you going? So somebody asked me in comments, so I mean, I'll answer it. It's a decent enough comment, a decent enough question. So yes, I cook all the time. Yeah, I do. I clean up every day as well. So why do I do that? Well, Tony years ago didn't work for many years. You can imagine when the kids were young, right? She didn't. Yeah, I did all the working, right? All of it. Yeah, so Toni was a housewife, right? So what do you think would happen? I mean, do you think I would come home from work and then I would have to clean and cook? No. So I used to come home from work and my tea would be cooking and the house would be clean. Yeah, right, because Toni was at home all day, right? That's how it was for many years. Yeah, that's how it was, right? So Toni did what I do now most of the time. And then on a weekend, when I wasn't at work, right, I would do some cooking and stuff myself and I'd help Toni clean. And that would be how it was, yeah? Now, the roles are kind of reversed. I know I do YouTube and I do social media. You know, it's going all right, Tara, and I do social media and stuff, right? But I'm still at home all day. And Toni is out at work at the moment, okay? So what am I going to do? Am I going to expect her to come home from work, clean the house, cook? Do you know what I mean? When she's been at work all day? No, because when the roles were the other way around, and I was at work constantly, and she was a housewife, yeah, and yeah, I know she wasn't doing social media and stuff, but you know, I can put this into my life, you know what I mean? I can put this cleaning and this cooking into my life. So I'm just doing what Toni did when I was working all the time. It's just a sheer role reversal. I don't see why she should have to come back from work and have to do this stuff. I think it is the right thing to do, Pac. You know what I mean? I don't think it's, you know, it's definitely the right thing to do. I know a lot of men probably wouldn't do it, but that's just me, man. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just me. Exactly, Tara. You know what I mean? You've got to, innit? Do you know what I mean? So I do my jobs, I do my social media as much as I can. And then come a certain time, like usually about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll clean the house. Yeah? And then I'll do some more social media. And Toni's back from work about between 4:30 and 5. So I'll do some more social media and whatever else I'm doing. Then come 3 o'clock, I'm thinking, right then, what am I cooking? Do you know what I mean? But on a weekend, Toni will be cooking. Like Sunday dinners and stuff, Toni cooks them. Toni still cooks Sunday dinners. I don't cook Sunday dinners. I couldn't cook one as good as Toni, to be honest. She's really good at Sunday dinners, so that's her thing. So Toni cooks Sunday dinners. And like on a Saturday when we get up in the morning, we'll kind of take it in turns. Sometimes I'll make breakfast. Sometimes Toni will make breakfast. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, it's got to be fair. You can't, like, I'm not a sexist guy anyway. I'm not like that. So what is good for one is good for the other, isn't it? That's what a partnership's all about, isn't it? Surely. I will show you these meatballs. I'll show you what I'm doing with them, by the way. I'll pick one up to the screen and I'll show you. Yeah, so that's the reason why I cook so much. Because, and my wife's been at work all day and she does train and she works hard, bless her. So I don't really, she needs good food, you know what I mean? So I actually get pleasure from doing this because I know that my wife has had a good meal, do you know what I mean? Oh, I know they do. I know they do, bro. So yeah, look, what I'm doing, I'll show you now. So I'm getting a meatball, right? Meatball. Tearing it in half. Whoops. Tearing it in half. And then just rolling it. And obviously, I'm used to doing this. Yeah, right. But I'm just basically rolling it in my hand now. Into 2 more meatballs. Boom. Onto the plate. Right? That's all I'm doing. Because these meatballs at this size, they're too much of a mouthful, to be honest. They really, really are. Yeah. And so breaking them down into more bite-sized meatballs is better for the people who are going to be eating them. Trust me. Trust me 100%. I'm experienced at this meatball business. This is Danny's thing. Danny's thing is the meatballs, man. God damn. So yeah, I just thought I'd answer that question. And obviously I'm cooking, this is Toni and Danny G's Adventures. So this is quite an adventure for me, cooking all this. Yeah, it's quite an adventure. And Toni's really going to enjoy it. So it's Toni and Danny G's Adventures, but more like Toni and Danny G's food vlog. Yeah, I cook it, Toni tries it, and she's like, God damn, that's nice, man. Yes, David Curry, how you doing, brother? Are you good? Nearly there, nearly there. I've nearly got 24 meatballs in front of me. I nearly got 24, man. 24. God damn. 24. I'll show you. I've got to wash my hands though. Well, first I'll put all the coating on. I'll rub it all around the meatballs. And then I'll wash my hands. Hello, sweetie pie. She's in chat. Here she is. Look, the queen of the channel. The queen. Tony G, the queen. Do you know I forgot soy sauce? Right, so we need soy sauce for the meatballs. So, first, soy sauce. Yeah? All over the meatballs. Be generous with it. Don't be scared. All right? Just do not be a scaredy cat. All right? Then, we want mixed spice. Generous. Generous with the mixed spice. Not loads, but generous. Paprika. Generous. Generous with the paprika. Right? Harissa. Depends how spicy you can go. Right? This harissa's powerful. So me and Tony like a bit of spice, but not loads, right? So I'm gonna put a little bit of harissa on, all right? But for you, it depends how spicy you like this shit, because this harissa is powerful, man, I'm telling you, right? And then salt and pepper. Again, how much you want. Now Tony loves pepper, right? So pepper, I can put as much pepper on this as I want, really. Yeah, Tony absolutely loves pepper, so. Right, salt. Don't take the piss with the salt, man. Literally, do not take the piss with the salt, right? But this is all the salt and pepper that you're going to put in the dish. You're not going to put no more in. But salt's, you know what I mean? Right, now, I'm going to mix all this in. So we're just going to mix these meatballs around in all of this mixture, right? You're going to get your hands dirty, this is. Yeah, then obviously you're going to have to wash your hands. So I'll wash my hands and then I'll bring the camera down and I'll let you see what I've created here on this plate, this absolute plate of what you would say is mess, but it's not, it's taste. This is a plate of taste. Right, 1 minute. Gonna wash my hands. Try and get all these frigging things out of my nails, but it's hard to do until I get in the bath. There's so many spices in my nails, man. Right, now, I'll show you what glorious mess I've made on this plate. It's a glorious mess. Yeah, look. So them meatballs now are marinated and ready to go. They are ready to be cooked. The meatballs are done. Right, put them to one side. Now we've got to chop all the vegetables. God damn, down the G. Gotta chop all those vegetables, man. Gotta make it nice for our Tony G. Hello, baby. How's your work been, honey bun? Love of my life. Goddamn love of my life. Onions first. So how was work, sweetie pie? How far are you away from home now, baby? How far are you away, man? Goddamn. Now, onions, it depends how many onions you want to put in. I've used 2 small onions, though. They're not big. If you've got big onions, you ain't going to need 2. Are you by Port Way, baby? Oh, you're not far now, then, hon. You're not far now. You're not far now, my little sweetheart. Honey bun, love of my life. The Tony Jizzle. Jizzle. Sorry about that. It does sound right, does it, when I say Tony Jizzle? The Tony Jizzle. Goddamn Jizzle Bizzle. I tell you what, I'm hungry, bub. I did have a wrap with James earlier when we finished training. Yeah. But I'm freaking hungry now. I've only eaten, all I've eaten is a wrap, bub. All I've eaten is a wrap today. So I'm absolutely ravenous. I'm starving. Are you hungry, baby? Are you hungry, sweetheart? Oh, this knife is so sharp now. I do not want it to catch on my fingers. I have no fingers left. Onions, chop roughly, okay? I'll show you how I've chopped them. Are you hungry as well, baby? Good. Good, my little darling. Because there's going to be quite a lot here for just me and you. Yeah, onions just chop roughly, okay? Just chop them roughly because they're going to be fried for quite a long time anyway, folks. Right, they'll be in the pan with the meatballs and the garlic and the ginger, and these will go in first. So chop the onions. You know, you don't have to be too. Now the basil, you only want the leaves, okay? You only want the leaves, yeah. I've got a basil plant over there. Call him Basil. Very original that. Basil the basil plant, yeah, right. But your basil, you just want to get the leaves and just slice them, but don't crush them, because don't crush the leaves. Try and not to crush the leaves because they hold more flavour if they're not crushed. Yeah, you want the flavour to go into the meal. You don't need too much basil because it adds a unique flavour. Yeah, but basil is nice, right? Now, ginger, fresh ginger. Every meal that I make, you will notice, has fresh ginger and fresh garlic in it, right? Now, ginger is a root. You want to peel all the brown off, a bit like you're peeling a potato. So, peel the brown off. It's a lot tougher than a potato. It's a lot tougher than a potato skin, but it's the same principle as when you peel a potato skin, yeah? It's the same principle, all right? You're just going to peel that outer brown layer off, peel it off, right? Once you've got the outer brown layer off, chop it up. Quite fine. Finer the better. Yeah. It will cook and it will soften up within the cooking process. But still, because it's quite a tough root, yeah, you want to chop this up quite fine. Or as fine as you can get it. You will need a sharp knife for this ginger, by the way. There's no point using a blunt knife. It won't work. Now, ginger goes into the meatballs and garlic goes into the meatballs, and ginger and garlic also goes into the prawns. Yeah. So it doesn't just flavour your dishes, it's also extremely good for you. All right. So it's very healthy for you. Do you know what I mean? So ginger and garlic goes into every dish that I cook. Every dish that I cook, really. I can't think of any dish where there's no ginger and garlic. Now I've just got the ginger down here and I'm just working my knife with the edge of my knife. Yeah. I'll show you. Oh, watch. So, got my knife point, and I'm just holding the point of the knife down and just absolutely chopping the ginger to pieces. Fine, very finely chopped. Very finely chopped, yeah? Same thing with the garlic, same process. Oh, hold on. Yes, bro, you're getting hungry. I am a good cook, you know. Tony will tell you that. Like, I am Ragnar Ramsay. Now, I'm not a chef. Yeah, I mean, I don't claim I'm not a chef, am I? Obviously, but I'm a good cook. I make very tasty, very nutritious food. As Tony will tell you, trust me. I make some. This will be delicious. Like, this will be so tasty. Like, this is full of flavour, bursting with flavour, because of the amount of ingredients that I use, the cooking process. So when I cook something, I don't know if you've all noticed, but when I cook something, I tend to prioritise cooking it in the right order, making sure that it is cooked correctly so that things are still crunchy that should be crunchy and things are soft that should be soft. But I also, the main thing that I prioritise is flavour. And that really comes from time of cooking. So, the time that it's being cooked. So if you cook something quickly, it doesn't have as much flavour as if you take your time and cook it slower. So that's why this is cooked in two ways. So this is cooked, it's fried all together, and then it's cooked in the oven. And the reason it goes in the oven afterwards is to let all the flavours meld into the dish. Yeah? Now I'm just doing the same thing as what I've just done with the garlic. But yeah, I don't claim to be a chef. I'm not a chef. I'm not like Gordon Ramsay. I say Ragnar Ramsay because it's just funny. Yeah, but I am a very good cook. Like a very good cook. And it's all trial and error, you know. Most of this is trial and error to find the perfect ingredients to go into a dish. It's not like I've read cookbooks or anything like that. Tony would tell you that. It's honest. I'm being honest. I don't read cookbooks. I just decide to cook something, I cook it, and I try and figure out the best flavours for it. That's just the way that I cook. I'm a very freestyle cook. You know what I mean? Now, mushrooms. Once I've got all this chopped on the side, I will show you all the chopped, right? And then you'll get to see roughly how much it needs chopping. Now, there's only me and Tony, so I don't need too many mushrooms. Mushrooms just adds a bit more of a depth to flavour. You don't need to put mushrooms in this. If you don't like mushrooms, you don't need to put mushrooms in this ingredient, in this dish, right? So if you don't like mushrooms, they do not have to go in. The onions have to go in, to be fair. The ginger, the garlic and the basil has to go in, yeah? But apart from that, the mushrooms don't have to. Yeah, I'm temporary banned, bro. I'll be back next week. To be honest with you though, folks, I'm going to tell you something now. I mean, I'm not going to go into it on this channel. I will never talk about this stuff on this channel, but I can gloss over it and tell you the reason why. There's going to be a video in the next couple of days on my Rumble channel. Right, I'm going to do a video on my Rumble channel. And what I talk about in that video is what got me banned. And the thing is I only glossed over it in the video that got me banned. To begin with, I thought it was me doing that got me banned, but it wasn't that. Right? I know why I got banned. And because they've put this into the algorithm now, it's quite scary. So the Rumble video that comes out in the next few days, yeah, that will explain why I got banned. Right? And there'll be a video at the beginning of it for you to see what is actually going on. It's actually quite scary, to be fair. I can't talk on my channel now about controversial stuff. I can talk about violence on the streets, and I can talk about mental health, talk about happiness, sadness, holidays. I can talk about Viking stuff and ancient history, and I can put my gaming videos on there, and I can train on there, and I can do all that kind of stuff. I can still even do drinking lives. But I cannot talk about the powers that be. The Matrix. I can't say anything about that on my channel no more. Because they're onto me, mate. They're onto me. They're proper onto me. I don't ever go live on Rumble. I haven't done much on Rumble. I started it to put certain videos out that have been doing my head in for years that I wanted to actually tell you all. Because I keep always trying to do like cryptic messages, don't I? And I was sick of it. I just wanted to be plain and clear on some of the serious stuff that's happened on the earth over the last 100 years, right? So that's why I started the Rumble. But I need to keep up with it a bit more, to be honest. It is very hard for me though, folks, because you've got to understand, yeah? I have this channel, I have my golf channel, I have my channel, I have 2 TikTok channels, I have a Rumble channel, and then I have WhatsApp messages, which is hard for me to keep up with, which Mark will tell you. I have Instagram messages on people that need to talk to me, you know, they're going through mental health or whatever it may be. So think, man, there's only me doing all this. There's just me. I have no manager. I have nobody. And people think it's hard work when they've got one channel. Well, imagine having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Imagine having 6 channels, 7 including Rumble. Yeah, and running all that yourself. Imagine that. And doing everything that I do in the house every day. Do you know what I mean? It's rough, man. It's rough. It's very, very hard for one man to run all this. It's really hard. It's like, it's non-stop work. Like, and sometimes some of the channels will go a bit wayward for a couple of weeks because I'm working so much on one channel, but then I'm like, shit, I've got to do on this. Do you get what I mean? It's just never ending. It's like, there's never a break for me. There's never a break off social media for me, unless I decide to take one kind of thing. So, it's one of them ones, isn't it? It is one of them ones. Hopefully, I'm hoping that once my wife gets better and gets used to it a bit more, yeah, then, you know, we'll be sound. And then Tony can take over doing a bit on some of the channels and that, you know what I mean? To just take a bit of the strain off me. Because it is much. If you just sit there in front of the camera and do a video a day chatting shit about other people, then it's not as hard. But doing the stuff that I do is very hard, you know. All the training, all the knowledge, all the research. Think about what I talk about. Think about my content. It's rough. You're wondering what I'm doing? I'm peeling the mushrooms. Always peel the outer layer. Yeah, off most mushrooms anyway. Some mushrooms you don't have to, but most mushrooms. This knife is exceedingly sharp now. So yes, it is quite hard to be me on social media, and think about all the work that I put in. Really, I really don't. I don't, like other channels have it a lot easier than me to raise their profile and stuff like that and get their views. So I have to work doubly hard, knowing that I'm probably not going to get the views. You know what I mean? It's a bit different. It's all right on this channel, on my golf channel. If you look at the views compared to my subs, they're about the same or more. Well, that's because there's no algorithm against me, kind of thing. But on my channel, the algorithm's just against me. It's just against me. There's nothing I can do about it now. There's nothing I can do. I've kind of figured that one out. There's nothing I can. I'll keep grinding the channel like I always do, but there's actually nothing I can do. Do you know what I mean? To get that channel any further out there, because the algorithm's just ripped it. This channel though, I'm a golf channel. They'll probably become way more successful within. I've been doing my channel for 5 years, and I bet you this channel and the golf channel within 2 years probably become as successful as my channel, monetary wise, I would imagine. Right, so we've nearly got all the ingredients for these meatballs chopped now. Nearly. Tomatoes. Right. Oh, we're on to the cooking process. It took long enough. Right, so I'll show you the ingredients. So we've got garlic, ginger, basil, tomato, mushroom, onion, and meatballs. Now, apart from being, the only thing is now cooking process. So cooking a little bit of oil and butter, right? Onions, garlic and ginger go in first. Look at my roof, man. I can't wait till this roof's fixed so I can get it fucking done, Onions, ginger and garlic go in first. Get yourself a clean pan, yeah? That's my cooking pan, innit? I like a cooking pan. So, heat the pan. Now I use rapeseed oil, right? But only a little bit. You don't need much. I'm cooking them in the pan, buddy. No, they're not cooked. No, they're not cooked. Oh shit, do you know what I forgot? I forgot something. Peppers. I'll be back in a second. I've just got to chop some peppers. I knew I forgot something. I only need one, so it'll only take me 2 seconds to chop this. And I know this seems like a lot of effort for a meal, right? But listen, you are what you eat, folks. You are what you eat, yeah? So if you want to be healthy, you need to eat healthy. There is no other way, right? I do smoke, which is bad for me, which I shouldn't really do, but it's the only bad thing that I do for my body. I drink occasionally, you know what I mean? But I don't really drink much beer, yeah? But I eat extremely healthy and I train extremely hard, right? So if you want to have at least a decent crack at life, you've got to kind of live by these rules. Yeah, you can eat what you want when you're out, right? You can have a drink really in moderation. Like I wouldn't drink every day, but having a drink once a week ain't gonna hurt you, really, as long as you don't get smashed out your head, right? Won't really hurt you, right? But you've got to eat well, man. You've got to sleep. You've got to train. You've got to drink water. Trust me. These things are so paramount to your health. It's unreal. They're so paramount. People don't drink enough water. They don't eat enough vegetables. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't eat enough garlic. It's daft because it's what your body needs, you know. Your body needs these vegetables. Your body needs fresh meat. McDonald's and all that. It's only going to make you bad. Trust me. You can choose to trust me or not to. It's your choice. But I'm only trying to lead you down a path of health. That's all I'm doing. I would prefer that you all lived a very long life and a very happy life rather than it being cut short through illness or whatever because you've not looked after yourself. You know what I mean? Hello, my little Eskimo wifey. How are you, my little darling? Kiss. Eskimo. No, Bab, look at the camera. Bab. Eskimo Tony, look at the camera, Bab. Comes wet, babe. Right, so first things first, onions. And ginger and garlic. Onions, ginger and garlic in the pan. We're going to cook these up for about 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah? And then goes in the meatballs. Now for the prawns, I'm going to use soy sauce, a few of the chopped tomato, the juice, yeah, and some other bits and bobs to create like a sauce that I'm going to pour over the prawns, and they're going to fry in this sauce. Yeah, it's like a tomato, it's like a spicy tomatoey sauce. Yeah, it's very nice. Right, and I'm going to fry the prawns in this sauce. I'm going to have a bottle of beer. I'm going to have a bottle of beer, pass me a bottle. And I've got. Yeah, but I can have 2 bottles of beer. I can have 2 bottles of beer. I said I would have a bottle of beer when I was cooking on this live, so I do always stick to what I say I'm going to do. I'm going to have a bottle of beer. I want to cook your onions. Keep it moving though, because if you don't keep it moving right, you'll burn your garlic and your ginger, and you don't want to do that, you don't want to burn it. Bottle of bud while I'm cooking. Hey-yo, hey-yo, hey-yo. God damn, man. Listen, I'll get a bowl of beer in my hand on the afternoon when the wife's just come home from the workplace, mate. My favourite meal cooked is, without a shadow of a doubt, what I cook. Meatballs. It's the most filling meal, right? Cooked though, the meals that I have cooked for me, Tony's Christmas dinners, like they are something else. I'm not even joking. Like Tony's Christmas dinners are something else, mate. They're just something else. They're delicious. They're delicious with a capital delish. Do you know what I mean? They really are. She makes amazing Christmas dinners, mate. And with the meatballs. That's why I don't even contend with Toni when it comes to like Sunday dinners, Christmas dinners. I can't contend with her. She bastes the meat in a certain way, and she's just very good, mate. She's very good at that kind of stuff. That's Toni's forte. That is literally Toni's forte. Right, so I've turned the heat down. Yeah, I'm gonna let these meatballs cook with this onion. Right, but with the heat down. I'm gonna let it cook for about 5 minutes like that. And then I'm going to turn the heat back up, right? And I'm going to add the peppers and the mushrooms. Then I'm going to add the sauce with a bit of chopped tomatoes, right? Only a bit. And then I'm going to add the tomato and the basil. And then I'm going to let it cook in the oven. And then the meatballs are done. And believe me now, delicious. Yeah, you've got to let them cook in the oven for at least half an hour.
Where's that video I sent you?
It's on this phone. Sent it to this phone. So I just want this lot to cook in here for 5 minutes on a very low heat. Yeah? Just to give the meatballs a bit of time to start cooking, right? I don't want to cook these meatballs all the way through. I don't want to fully cook them. I want them to be cooked about 70%, I would imagine, in this pan. Because then they're going to go in the oven, right? And this is basically to seal the outside of the meatball. So they don't break up. They're still very solid, but when you bite into them, they're juicy. It keeps the juice inside, but seals the outside, so they don't break up when they go in the oven. Because otherwise, when you put all the liquids and stuff in there, they would break up when they go in the oven. Trust me on that one. Right, turn the heat back up. Yeah. Move them a little bit. In fact, I don't even think that's been 5 minutes, you know. I don't think it's been long enough. In fact, I know that ain't been long enough. So I'll turn the heat back down. And I'll just let them cook in there for a few minutes. Because that's not been 5 minutes. And then peppers and mushrooms in the pan. Now obviously the peppers will go in first. Right, I'll cook them for a couple of minutes. Right, orange pepper it is, by the way. Yeah, and then I'll put the mushrooms in. I'll cook them for a couple of minutes. Then I'll start adding everything, the sauces, the tomatoes and all that, yeah? And then once all that's added, I'll let it cook in the pan for about 2-3 minutes all together, and then it'll go in the oven. Right, and it'll go in the oven for anywhere between half an hour to an hour. It depends on how much flavour you want in the meal. The longer it's in the oven, the more flavour you get in the meal. It's that simple, right? I mean, if you could literally put it in the oven on 140, and you could leave it in there for 2 hours, and you get bare flavour. You could leave it in there for probably 2.5 hours on 140. As long as you kept stirring it every half an hour, you'd be fine, right? And you get bare flavour. The longer you leave it in that fucking oven, the more flavour you get. It is that simple, all right? This will give, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's going to be a lot of flavour in this pan. I could serve it just like that, boom. Still be a lot of flavour, but not as much. Not as much. And would you roll me a cigarette, please? Now, peppers go in now. This has been 5 minutes now. Time for the peppers to go in.
We're going to put that in the oven then for summer.
Yeah. And then I'll come back and I'll finish it all. I'll do another live and finish it all. Do you know something, Bab? Great minds think alike, you know. I was thinking that myself. I was thinking, just get out there, get it done. So I've got to go down to my sister's and fix some plumbing issue in the house. So Tony's like, you're just gonna put that in the oven and then go down to Sammy's. I'm like, yeah, that's what we'll do. Just to get it done so we can get back and eat and relax, you know what I mean? Tony will just go down and have a cup of coffee with while I sort it out. Won't take me long. I think I know what the problem is. It won't take me long. So yeah, I've just got to pop out. So I'll cut this live off when the meatballs are all in the pan and you see it go in the oven. And then I'll do a live when we get back where I do the prawns and I put it all on the plate and that. So you'll get 2 lives of me cooking today. Right, here's where we are. Got my roof. Here's where we are. We're getting somewhere. The 18th, that's fixed. The 18th of this month. I cannot wait. And then Tony's gonna have me doing loads of decorating. Oh, by the way, I'm decorating on this channel this weekend. I'm wallpapering my bedroom. So you're gonna get a live from me and Tony this weekend, like wallpapering together. Well, she cuts it and I put it up. So Tony, she goes downstairs, she cuts it, pastes it, brings it to me. I put it on, cut it on the wall, job's a fish. We work very well as a team. You'll see on the weekend. Now mushrooms in. The kitchen though, we'll have to do the kitchen. We'll have to do the kitchen, that'll all be on me. That'll literally be on me. I'll just be pottering around the kitchen on live and that just decorating.
I'll get Thingy to do the...
We've got somebody who's going to come and do the tiling in the kitchen. I'll just have glossing to do, walls to paint, ceiling to paint. Do you know what I mean? So that's going to be fun. Yeah. Lots of fun. And we need to try and do something about some of these cupboards, man, because I swear, after having kids and all the mates and parties and all that in this year for this house for years, mate, it's been a bit bashed. Right now, I've got the mushrooms, peppers, onions, garlic, ginger, meatballs with all the stuff that I put on the meatballs. It's all in this pan now. I've turned the heat up. I'm going to keep moving this, right? Because the heat's up now. Yeah? I'm going to keep moving this. Now, when you're moving these meatballs, you don't want to be stomping into them because you'll just wreck the meatballs, right? Yeah? So you basically want to get underneath the meatballs and shovel them over. Get underneath and move them over, all right? I'm only going to turn the heat up to raise the heat in the pan. And then after like a minute or so, I'll turn it down to low. And then I'll start adding everything else. Right? I'll show you where we are now. So I'm now going to turn this heat down and just let it cook for about a minute. So here's where we are now, right? Here's where we are now. Now what's going to go in there now is fresh tomatoes, that sauce, chopped tomatoes and basil, and then it'll go in the oven. Yeah, and then it'll go in the oven. First, chopped tomatoes and the sauce. Right? Turn this right down. Right. First, the sauce. The sauce I'm using is arabatia. I don't know if I say that right, you know, but I'm sure I do. Let me cover that up. That's what I'm using, right? So this, yeah, straight in, 118. Face. Open sesame, bitch. I will force this open in a minute and end up getting it all open myself.
Which one to open?
This mate won't open. I never open it.
So there's a thin pan.
Right, in goes that. Put a little tiny bit of water in the tub. Close the tub lid. Shake the tub. Get all the rest of it out. In with that. But we open that tin of chopped tomatoes for me. And you want a little tiny bit of the chopped tomatoes. A tiny bit. A little bit of chopped tomatoes. Basil. And the fresh tomatoes. Now, I'll show you where we are. So this is where we are now, right? So we're going to stir all this in. Yeah, we're going to stir all of this in now, right? And once we've stirred it in, yeah, we are going to then be sound as a pound, but we've got to stir this in first. Got to stir it in first, right? So stir it all in. Gently, and then let it cook like this on a low heat for 10 minutes, and then put it into the oven and leave it in the oven, like I said, anywhere from half an hour minimum to 2.5 hours maximum. Depends on how much flavour you want in there, yeah? And that there, folks, is how you make some absolutely banging meatballs. Absolutely banging meatballs, mate. Try that, cook that yourself, yeah? And tell me what you think. I think you'll enjoy it. What colour tiles are you going to put on this time then, Bob, when you do the kitchen? What colour? Huh? A light grey. It'd be better than the black, I think, but to be fair. It'd be nice when we've got a new kitchen, wouldn't it? Mark's contributed with the lights. Thank you, Mark. Did you throw me a cigarette, Bob? I'll do my since we're back. Oh. There we go, done. I'll have a little chat with you all, drink me a bottle of beer, and then you'll get another cooking live when we get back from my sister's, where I'll complete the meatballs and I'll do the prawns, yeah. So that'll be when I get back, and you'll see how I cook the prawns. The prawns cooked like this, I'm not joking, you cook prawns like this, they are delicious. Seriously delicious. It's like prawn cocktail with a twist. I'm not even joking. Toni will tell you, it's the nicest prawn she's ever had in her life. Straight out of the boggin, mate. Straight out of the boggin. Skull. Jesus. It's cold. They will be delicious, mate. They will be delicious. Try it, Tara. Well, it's on camera now, on mine and Tony's channel, so. Yes, Joyce. Get in the gym and get it done, Joyce. All power from the Danny G to you.
I actually started back at the gym, actually.
First day tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Skull, 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 skull. Skull, 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 skull. Skull, skull, skull. Have you missed my face? Was you racing as much, have you? You've been missing my face, everyone. This ugly. Yeah, I'm banned off everything. Too controversial, ain't I? Skull. I'm a controversial kind of guy.
Calls on that golf course now.
She says she won't be cold on the golf course. I'm on the naughty step, bro. Social media's put me on the naughty step. I've been a naughty boy.
You should behave yourself then.
Yeah, I should behave myself, shouldn't I? Should not be a naughty boy. Stop being a naughty boy, Danny G. I'm on the timeout step, bro. I'm on the timeout step. This channel's had some content now, though, isn't it? Had some cooking lives. I think I'm going to take the cooking lives, though, over to this channel now, because it's Toni and Danny G's adventures, and when I'm cooking for Toni, it's my little adventure. And do you know something? Do you know when Toni's doing a Sunday dinner? Toni's going to run a live, doing a Sunday dinner, having herself a wine or something. Yeah? Well, not in AU, it'll be blue AU, guaranteed it'll be blue AU, right? But she can run herself alive doing a little cooking live. You know what I mean? Yes, John, them sit-ups are good, bro. Them sit-ups are really, really good. Really, really, really good. They are really good, bro. But they hurt if you do enough of them. Did you catch the bicep workout I put James through earlier? Before he left my house, do you know, even before he left my house, he was like, Danny, they're really starting to hurt. I was like, bro, they're going to kill you tomorrow. It was like that.
Oh, where was stuff there?
Don't know. Yeah, I'm not joking with you, man. That bicep workout would have absolutely ripped his arms to shreds, man. That was brutal. Not for me. Like, I brutalise myself all the time, innit? But James is starting to get brutalised a bit more often now. And I mean brutalised. Do you know what I mean? Right? And that was brutal, that for him. That was brutal. Done him the world of good though. It's processing now. It's been processing for hours, so I don't know what's going on with it. So if it finishes processing sometime this year, I'll upload it. But it's mad because when I do a live on my channel, it's automatically public. Sometimes when I do a live on my golf channel, it's not automatically public. Or if I do a live on this channel, it's not automatically public. So I don't know what's going on with that. Must be a setting somewhere. I don't know. Yes, Mark. The meatballs are done, brother. Give them a stir up and put them in the oven on 150. Just on 150. Or 150, yeah. Cover them up. Some tin foil. Put them in whatever pan you want. Don't fit in there, but cover them up with some tin foil. And put just a couple of little holes in the tin foil. Them meatballs are delicious, by the way, folks. I'm not joking. Like Mark, when we go away in August, I will be making you Viking meatballs, then. So I will make you proper Viking meatballs when we're away. I get some proper fresh ingredients as well, Mark. So yeah, you get some proper Viking meatballs, bro, when we're away, and you will love it, Mark. You will love it. It'll be after we've been in the sea all day. Joe, we've been in the sea all day. I'll be knackered just like you. But you know Danny G's got an extra engine, bro. So we'll go back. You can just keep rolling the J's and just keep passing me the J's, yeah? You and Tony can sit down and have a drink or whatever, but just make sure you keep J's, bro. Yeah? Right? And you keep me up, right? Yeah? And then I'll cook up, yeah? And you can have some Viking meatballs. Mark, they fill you to the core.
You don't like sauces.
Mark will eat my Viking meatballs.
It's a funny coming.
She says, Mark don't like sauces and that. I went, trust me, Mark will eat my Viking meatballs. It'll be his pleasure. Won't it, Mark? Won't you eat my Viking meatballs no matter what I put on it? It'll be a pleasure, won't it? It'll be an experience for you, bro, won't it? So else I'm going to do, Mark? So when we go away, I'm bringing 2 bottles of something with me, right? And me and you are going to get pissed on something that you've never drunk. I don't think you've ever drunk it anyway. I have drunk it before. I'm going to bring 2-litre bottles of fucking mead, bro. And me and you can sit there one night and we'll just have a bottle each. And we'll just sit there on camera, Mark, and we'll just neck the whole bottle of mead, bro. Yeah, and then see what it does. Let's see what them Vikings used to feel like, bro. It'd be funny, bro. It'd be funny. It'd be proper funny. That'll be some proper content, that will. That'll be probably on this channel because this is obviously Tony and Danny G's adventures. So most holidays will be on this channel. You know what I mean? It's flat, you know, Mark. It's flat. Meat's flat. There's no fizz to it. It's flat. It's flat, bro. I swear. It's a bit like drinking a thick water with like a sweet honey taste to it. That's what it's like. It's not like anything you've really drunk, bro. It's a bit mad. There's no fizz to it at all. It's totally flat. Yeah? So you can drink quite a lot, you know what I mean? Like, it's about 12.5%, Mark. It's about 12.5%. So it's not like 40% vodka style. It's like strong wine style. But a full bottle. And we'll be wasted, bro. We'll be laid outside on the grass. I'll be cuddling you, Mark. I'll be like, come into my embrace, bro. Look, there's Odin and Thor. I'm telling you, we'll get some proper Viking love, not in a proper love way. Like, I mean, don't get touching my nipples, Mark. That ain't allowed mush. There ain't a nipple touching here. All right. It'll be all right, love. Well, you're bringing the mushies, so I've got to contribute something, haven't I? And do you know what I'll even do, Mark? In fact, do you know what we'll do? It'll be funny. Yeah. I'll bring the horn of destiny, right? And we'll just sit there, yeah, on camera. I'll drink a horn, and then you drink a horn. And then I'll drink a horn, and then you drink a horn. And then I'll drink a horn, and then you'll drink a horn. And then we'll all fall over. Yeah, boy. Skull. Joyce, your first day at the gym. Don't lift any free weights. I'm going to go serious now. Don't lift heavy free weights. Yeah, stay on the machines. All right. Don't lift. I'm going to tell you the machines now. Don't lift anything that's too heavy that doesn't feel comfortable on your joints. You'll know what I mean if you go too heavy. Yeah. You want to go on a leg press machine. You want to do some leg press. First thing you should do really when you go in the gym, do some leg press. Leave squatting for later and stuff. Yeah.
Warm up first.
Well, yeah, Tony is correct. Do warm up. So right. The way we would do it, we lift weights, right? So if we was going to squat, we'd just have the bar and we'd squat. So that would be the warm up. But thinking about the way you're a beginner, so thinking about, to be honest with a beginner, stretch, touch your toes, yeah. Bring your arms above your head, stretch your core, just to get your muscles slightly warmed up. Then go on the running machine and walk at a fast pace for 5 minutes. You warm up. You won't pull anything. You warm then. All right? Then you'll be able to rewind this video once it's uploaded. Right? Then go on the leg press machine. A leg press machine. You'll be sat straight with your legs in front of you like I'm sat now. That's what you're looking for. You'll be sat and you'll be pushing your legs. When you do the leg press machine, listen to me now, Joyce. Never put your legs out straight so that your kneecap is straight. Always have a slight bend in your leg. Always. Because if you push your knees out straight, they can go the other way. This is the most important thing when it comes to leg press, you know. So many people do not understand, right? Your leg, I'll show you, I'll lift my leg up and I'll show you, because this is important. You need to know this. So when you leg press, yeah, you are never going to do, hold on. I'm going to get my leg so high. I'm a Viking. You are never going to do that. You're never going to have your leg locked out like that, yeah? You're going to have a slight bend in your knee. That much bend there, that much bend is all you need, okay? That much bend. A slight bend in your knee, okay? Do not lock out. It's so important. You can go back as far as you want. So you want to come all the way back to your chest if possible. Let your legs come back as far as they can, but never lock out on leg press. Never, all right? That's very important. Yeah, I'm glad I've told you this. I'm glad you've asked me before you've gone, because you won't get no injuries now. That's most other things that you do in the gym cannot cause injury like that. Leg press is the one thing that can cause serious injury, but it's where you want to start working your legs, because putting a bar on the back of your shoulders without knowing the correct technique can mess you up even worse, right? That's something you want to do in like a month. So start with leg press, yeah? Then go over and find the cables. You'll know the cables because they'll have a thing that you can move up and down, and they'll have like a cable that comes off. Find the cables, and then what you want to do is you want to work your triceps, right? So push the cable down like this. Push the cable down like this. Get like a thing that's like that you can hold, and you're just going to push down, right? Triceps, yeah? Then go over onto the mat. Find the mat and do some sit-ups. Now, you've seen me and Tony do sit-ups. Just go to one of our lives and do sit-ups. Then you want to do some lunges. Now, you've also seen us do lunges. So go to one of our videos. I'll probably do all this tonight before you go to the gym, so you're securing what you're doing. Go to some of my videos, look at the lunges. Look at primarily when I train Tony, all right? Because that's where a lot of this stuff will be, yeah? So you want to do leg press, you want to do triceps, you want to do abs, then you want to do lunges, right? That's all you need to do for your first session, right? Now you want to do 3 sets of everything for your first session. So 3 sets of leg press, getting quite heavy, but not as heavy as you can go. Keep the reps above 10. So do it 10 times or more on every set. That way you won't be going too heavy, all right? You also want to do, obviously you're going to go from leg press, right? Then you're going to go over and you're going to do your triceps. It's 3 sets. It's the same, it's 3 sets. Then you're going to do abs. So you're going to do sit-ups, right? Just do sit-ups for your first session. 3 sets, yeah? So everything that you're going to do is 3 sets. Then when you've done all your sets, then go to the rowing machine and row as fast as you can on the maximum difficulty. So there's a thing on the side. You can push it down to 1, or you can put it up to 10 or 12. It depends on the rowing machine, right? Put it up to number 10. It'll be it's not a mega hard resistance, but there's some resistance there, yeah? Row for 5 minutes as fast as you can. That's your first session done. Leave the gym. It'll take you about 30 to 40 minutes, right? That's all you need for your first session, okay? Right, so you don't break anything, so you get a feel for the gym, so you get a feel for moving in these ways. That's enough for your first session. That's all you need to do, all right? And like, it's only going to be 30, 40 minutes. And then once you've been there and you've done that, then go the next time, yeah? And if you ask me again on camera, I'll give you another routine to do. That'll be slightly harder, slightly more sets and slightly more reps, okay? Oh, John, yeah, everybody should know that about the legs, bro. That's the one movement that can proper mess you up, you know, with your legs. Squats can mess up your back, really. Yeah, they can mess up your knees if your knees are in the wrong position. But if they're in a neutral position, right, unless you go stupidly heavy and go too low, your body would tell you what's too heavy because you wouldn't get back up. Yeah, right? But to be honest with you, like, knees, when squatting, can be dangerous if you're in the wrong position. But when leg pressing, bro, oh my God. All right, Amsley, how you doing? When leg pressing, it's so dangerous. So you should listen to me when I say that, because that is important, that bit of information I gave. If you're ever going to leg press, never lock your legs out straight, ever, 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 ever. Right then, folks, I'll be back in about an hour to finish cooking. Peace out.